Hi, really high. Not, Gunslinger, Stephen King. Mwah! That kind of high. Um, Borderline personality disorder. If I call it my redemption, I'm being, showing off. Okay, I, um, I am making a commitment to the future. Okay, I've read this before. I've wasted 30 years hating this book. It's horrific and it's absolute boredom. But I know it gets better. I've seen the film. I love the film. And been reading the introductions and listening to the audiobooks and listening to the introductions. And I'm now ready to read this. Really. Um, my dad, he was into John Wayne westerns and those cheesy Louis L'Amour westerns. He would sneer at my James Herbert with all its gore and sex. He felt Louis L'Amour, and I Chapel Row. That stuff was more my mum, but John Wayne would be my dad's Roland, and for me, Clint Eastwood, but very Terry Pratchett, Samuel Fiennes. Look at the state of these shoes. What's wrong with the world. And somewhere there's some criminal and he needs nicking. What is this world coming to? And assassins, they're always wearing black. All of this fashion, it ain't right. So I am rereading The Gunslinger. I am committing however many years it takes, not just to read all of The Dark Tower, but to read all these books. I've got up there Misery, right? If I ain't happy with this one, I'm going to read that for inspiration and send Stephen King a thank you letter. But right now, I'm still on the first page, right? Bad Habit. Some people will kill me just because I do that on my book. But look, a posh bookmark, if I want to, that's not my kind of art. And she really looks not happy. And now that's my kind of peace and love. And the last few weeks, I had a bad fall on the head. I had concussion, and I had a mental health crisis that had been building up anyway before the bump on the head. That's why my job centre were phoning me, asking me if I am suicidal. And I didn't know then. And since then, I've been wondering, and everyone's been asking, am I? Well, no, I ain't. That's my wife. This is my marriage. This is my commitment to however long it takes to read all of his books and all of the Discworld books. And things like Strata by Terry Pratchett, but his children's books, who knows? And Stephen Baxter and Neil Gaiman. Until I'm happy and at peace. And this world for me is going to contain turtles and the magic of. So I've got a lifetime's commitment of reading I'm already enjoying. And not the weekend just gone, but the weekend before. And it's now a Wednesday. Yeah, I put a noose around my neck. I did take a sharp blade. I had a friend whose brother cut his wrist to kill himself, and this friend it did impress upon me the amount of pain and how much that hurts. Pain I'm scared of, and that's why I didn't. What I did do, because it's what I did right last time, I put a rope round my neck, and I had my chair, my stool. And just like in the Shawshank Redemption, old Brooksie, the old man who couldn't take it, I let the chair go. And I thought I was doing the right thing. My cat saved me, my stupidity. And yes, I was lost in... To me, it was like a fever. In borderline personality disorder, they describe a split. I don't like that word. And Other people describe it as a mental health crisis. Um, Concussion, bang on the head, ringing in my ears so loud I can't sleep. I am not eating. I'm running out of money, so I can't afford to eat. And my cats are important to me, so I can't afford their expensive cat food, but I know it's what they like, and that's important to my happiness. I'm not the best cat owner. They would love me to be, oh, are you ready to die, Mr. Bond? And that's why I'm not very tactile. I'm too crazy already. I could very easily, yes, I got a laptop. How did he do it in war games? I mean it this time. Let's just blow up the world. So I've had an amazing journey. I had to put a rope around my neck and swing, but I know when I'm ready to go, I know how I'm going. And my whole past, I'm reading this because this is me and my father bonding. I hated him when he lived, detested him when he died, but after putting a rope round my neck and seeing how his cruelty, his violence to me, he helped me build walls. Pink Floyd, another brick in the wall. He was lost in his vicious cycle, and he did the best thing he could, the only thing he knew how. He hid away in books, and he took those examples to tell him how to be a dad, and he beat it into me. I used to steal money from his wallet, and he knew from the first day. It's all paper money to me. I don't know the difference between a £20 note and a £1 note. So I was 6 years old when I first did it, and he probably knew from them. And he never told me until I was a grown up, and he never hit me for that. Everything else he hit me harder for, and I understand that's his way of showing pride. But I had to put a noose around my neck recently and decide, do I care anymore? And I didn't, except for my cats. I'm not going to kill them first, and I don't, the thought of leaving them to starve. If I could hang myself and yet have my body accessible to them so they can feed, I was that stupid, yes. But this is me and my dad making friends, and we're both Roland the Gunslinger. Roland of Gilead, I have heard him referred to, and Roland the Shah, a nice French sounding, it's not bucket, it's bouquet. This is my new dad. This is me when I look in the mirror, a miserable old man hating my life. But I've got a man in black to catch, and every time I look in the mirror, that man in black is looking right back at me. I love reading. I don't need friends. I don't need a girlfriend. I don't even need sex. Everything I need is in books, not just Stephen King, Terry Pratchett. I'm going to read a lot more books, and I'm going to listen to a lot more music. Now I finally remembered I never wanted to be Eric Clapton. It's just I'm a bad singer and I wanted to play guitar. I wanted to learn how to play along to Mulligan Tyre whilst I sing badly. I used to be in a school choir, but since my voice broke, it's never going to happen. And it's too much hard work. I don't care that I'm off tune badly. I'm enjoying the singing, and I'm claiming that's mine. I'm taking that back. It's taken me 53 years, about 200 guitars, and a fortune in guitars I bought and flogged. But I've got forever guitars. I don't know who Joe Satriano is. I don't know, but that's the most expensive guitar I've ever bought. I chose it. I borrowed from a friend who can't afford to loan it to buy it. It's an important gift from me, an important expression to my friends about I'm going to be here a long time. Right, 100 years old, 150 years old. I ain't in no hurry. I got a lot of books I want to read. And as for my illness, my borderline depression, look, I got it this far, and there's a new normal for me. I'm mad, and I'm not going to be embarrassed about it anymore and try and hide it. I'm going to enjoy my music and with my walking cane, pretend like I'm Frank Sinatra and Fred Astaire. A little bit of saxophone, a little bit of air guitar, a little bit of Freddie Mercury, We Are the Champions. So I'm embracing my so-called illness, my so-called crazy insanity. I've always been mad, but it's always been in a nice way. And the only person who's ever been hurt for my madness is me. But in a way that just made me stronger. And wow, when I had to invest in cheap headphones at 35 quid, they are, but over the hair and full blast. I'm hearing stuff in songs that I've never heard before because it's loud. And I have my passions. I may not have an interest in life outside, but I have to go to work and I will find a job. And a nice job where I can break up computers and rebuild them. Or I write poetry and it's not bad poetry. People like, I have followers. I get nice comments. And I even get people saying, hey, I ain't saying you should put a trigger warning, but you really know how to really get ugly in your writing innocently. Show don't tell, they call it, in sense of writer's skills. With my self-harm and my depression, I love to be very blunt, very gory. Like Stephen King, I don't want to be subtle. If I need you to see me do it, you will read my poetry and you will see it in all its red, wet stickiness. You can even taste the iron and the salt just through reading the hatred and just the authenticity. I'm loving Stephen King. He's enriching my language. And I've spent so long playing the part of an idiot that I've always relied on my speak and I stutter. So no one listens to me and I don't listen. But I write and I'm good and I'm getting better. Poems. I don't think I could write Stephen King. I don't think I could write a proper book. Oh, but I am Roland. I am crossing my desert. And my poetry is going to reflect that journey. And forget long and boring. It's going to be long and very brutal and very ugly. And see, I'm not ranting, I'm not raving, but I am excited and passionate about my immediate and long-term future. I've had a bad crisis, I had a bad head injury, and I had a really bad weekend. But I learned a lot about myself, and I'm better for it. And I am embracing my style. I am a blues brother. The sunglasses, alright, a baseball cap and scruffy looking, but I've always liked my blues music. From Eric Clapton and Dire Straits, but the Blues Brothers, the film, middle of the night and we're wearing sunglasses, hit it. I am Roland, the Blues Brother, dancing my way through the desert as if I'm Fred Astaire and I don't care. I am a champion. Thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you for listening. I hope these things are helpful and maybe people are just entertained. I do watch and rewatch because that was the point. My doctor suggested I make these as a form of therapy. So and I don't have notes down. I'll have aids to guide me so that I can concentrate, and I keep reminding myself, like this one is about my borderline personality disorder and my future. And I like the word redemption. Bob Marley's Redemption song. Great song of freedom, but emancipation. And my voice, I am free in there. So thank you for watching. Now, I could be respectful, and in the new groups I'm associating with, Namaste is very respectful. But I like, keep meditating, and please, people, rock on and party. And love to everyone.